Here we go. We live, bro.
All right.
Live in the mix. We live. Oh goodness, you're right. We can't. Trust me, we're in the video on the back. I know we can't see it on the front. I probably just messed up some setting or something. And we'll just act like we have these, even though we know.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at this booger. He limp.
You got to tighten it.
That's what she said.
Yeah. There should be some tight things on it, but anyway.
It's all right. Check 1, 2.
Yeah.
All right, man. What's up, man? Good afternoon. How you doing? Been a while.
Yeah, it has been. You've been a busy guy.
You've been a busy guy.
Yeah, but since we're talking about 1, 2, 3, the runaround. God. It is hard to find good help.
It is very hard to find good help.
But but he still puts up with me, and I'm appreciative of that. So anyway, no,
I want y'all to know I love this guy right here. I love him. I love this guy. I'm just telling you, I really do. I just love him so much. Every time I see him, I just want to hug him.
Because what it is, he's like,
I love him.
He's like,
I love you so much, boo. You thought I was gonna go like that.
That's what you really want to do. But I don't blame you. My therapist is a thing.
That you should get choked.
Pretty much. They're like, can you leave now?
Oh my God.
They would pay me to leave. I'm just kidding. I don't have one, but I probably should. Yeah, man. So a lot's been going on. So, I'm excited. And so we'll talk about this a little bit. So it is 265 days until Snowdrop goes down. And what's interesting is I, like myself and many others, have been with Snowdrop pretty much since the beginning. Since I wanted to say, I believe we had a total of 60 solo runners that signed up. And in years past, yes.
The first year?
Okay. First year. And I believe 17 finished, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
I could be wrong. Won't be the first time, won't be the last time. And usually it would always sell out pretty quick. And so what I think happened this year, no, but I'm saying it's just, but I think it's a good thing.
Oh, it's a great thing.
Yeah, so this year I'm thinking some people were kind of in the same thinking process or whatever, that, oh, well, it's going to go. Because I think last year people signed up within a couple of months maybe, and there were still entries.
Yeah, exactly. I remember a guy, a friend of mine, Lee, he signed up like in December.
Yeah. So
he says, oh, I got in.
And this year it wasn't that way.
It was not that way, man.
So it sold out in 6 days. Ooh, and then thank you to the directors. I guess some people kind of got out and they said, well, hey, what about me? What about Chris?
They probably wasn't asking about me.
And so luckily, I was sitting on Facebook and somehow one of those things that popped up in my feed, and it says, after a conversation with the directors, they decided to open a few limited spots. And so who did I call, or who did I reach out to?
Ghostbusters. No, you reached out to me.
Yeah.
I get this text. I'm sitting there, and I've been having a bad couple of weeks, to be honest with you. I'm not even thinking about running. Wasn't really thinking about the podcast. Wasn't thinking about a whole lot of things right now. Just been struggling with some just feels like life slapped me in the face. But I get this text, man.
It looks like it too.
It feels like it. See all this scruff? I didn't have time to shave, man.
Look, shaving's the last part.
I get this text from my boy, and he said, hey, Snowdrop sold out. And I'm like, what the heck? Either one of you or Lisa, I don't remember who messaged me first, but one of y'all was telling me it was sold out. And then I messaged the other one. Anyway, I forgot exactly. I had to look at my phone. But anyway, the point is, I panicked. I was like, I'm over here talking on the podcast. I'm going to do this Snowdrop, and now I can't get in. And then you told me there's some limited spots opened up.
Yeah.
I went right on there, and I signed up, put it on the credit card. That's why I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to put it on the credit card.
You should have told me. We could have got our viewers to pitch in.
That would have been nice. But anyway, I went ahead and put it on the card and signed up and got in. And then I messaged, I don't know if you know this, I messaged my boy Mickey. And I saw him, hey, look, it's sold out. I says, but told him the same thing that you told me. I said, they opened up a few spots. I heard, you remember we were talking, he's talking about doing it.
Right.
He signed up. He got in too.
And so what was interesting was you talked just a few minutes ago or whatever, just shortly ago, you talked about whether you didn't know if Lisa messaged you or I messaged you or
I know
whatever.
both of y'all told me.
But hold on. I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, crap.
So not only did I text him about 9 o'clock at night, and I get up at 4 a.m. I said, hey, bro, there's some spots open. And then my last message was, did you get in? I didn't hear anything. I'm like, okay, we'll see. So then I'm scrolling through Facebook the next day.
Yeah, you did.
And guess what happened? He comments on Lisa's post, oh, I got in. Man, I tell you.
I'm always in the doghouse for some reason, right?
Yeah, you need to eat your kibbles and bits too right there while you're at it.
Oh, that's so true. I didn't tell anybody I got in.
Yeah, apparently you didn't
Until somebody mentioned on Facebook, then I just remembered. I'm telling you, my brain's been scattered. More than normal. It's been kind of scattered lately. So I'm just going to say it real quick just to be transparent. In the last 2 months, we've had to charge over $10,000 worth of crap. And it's not crap, it's stuff that has to happen.
Life, yeah.
On our care credit card, which is a medical card. So it's for, my wife had some tooth problems, and our insurance is total dog dirt. So she had to get some root canal and whatever, and she has perfect teeth, and she's always never had a problem with her teeth ever in her life. 49 years old, no problems.
Right.
Brushes 3 times a day.
Oh, you do not tell a woman's age.
Oh.
We'll cut that out. Dude, you don't tell a woman's age. You know better than that.
And don't promise I'm gonna cut something out. I don't know how to cut nothing out.
I know,
We barely got this camera rolling this time.
I'm gonna call your wife. I want to send her and say.
But anyway,
oh, watch this to
my
see
wife
what
of
you're
21 years old, she's never had a problem with her teeth ever.
Okay, there you go.
She brags about it. I think she jinxed because then she got a root canal. But the dentist said there's nothing that she could have done differently. And then we got that taken care of, which was like $3,500.
Okay.
Turn around.
So you have $6,500 left.
Turn around, then I had my foot surgery. That's another $2,000.
Okay.
That, you know, and I'm doing okay. I ain't
There's
walking
45
yet,
left. Yeah, 4,500.
So then my daughter, we go in to get her checkup done because we knew she was gonna need braces or whatever.
Right.
But then they're saying, oh, you need to get these teeth out. She had to get 8 teeth pulled out, baby teeth. But there was no room to start putting her spacers or whatever.
Right.
Another $2,000.
Okay. So
I got these glasses on care credit, another $300, $350, something like that.
You didn't
so
call
I
it
could
Warby
see.
Parker, Wobby Wobble Parker.
That was with the insurance. And then my wife says, "I'll make another appointment. My other tooth on the other side's hurt. Another $2,900 for some more caps and crowns that she needs."
Well, that's over 10,000, but okay.
I know, but I'm just. It is what it is. And then guess what I had to do yesterday?
What?
2 new tires. And when they take my tires off to replace the 2 tires, luckily I got a good buddy of mine, Robert, took care of me. Gave me some good discounts on my tires at Firestone. Go see him. Robert, Uvalde Firestone, go see him. Take care of you. He gave me some real good deals. But then when he took the tires off, oh, your brakes are metal to metal. Luckily, he helped me out, gave me a good discount. But I usually do that myself. Like my brother will do it for me. But I'm stuck. I'm here at Firestone, and I had to pay more than I would have paid if I'd done it myself, of course. But he made it very reasonable that I was like, well, I really have a choice. So,
Right. Yeah. Just a good.
anyway, so that's another $616. It's just hitting me left and right, man. And then there's $260 for the Snowdrop.
Right.
That's another $1,000.
Well, actually, it should have been 160 because
And to top it all off,
remember I gave you 100. Let's just get that straight.
yes, you're right.
Anyway.
And to top all this off,
Uh-huh.
I got scammed, and I can't seem to get my money back for $897.
All right, we'll talk about that because let me tell you, don't scam money.
I got scammed.
Damn sure.
But I did the thing. That's why they said that I can't get my money, because I'm the one who swiped it on my phone because somebody called me and told me do this, do that through Uber. They scammed me through Uber. Somebody called, act like they were Uber, and told me, oh, do this, do that. We need to verify who you are. Do this, do that. And I did those things. No personal information. Just somehow they came in from the back end when they had me. I don't even know how the hell they knew I was an Uber driver. So it really was. I thought it was Uber.
Yeah.
Well, so then my money ends up getting deposited in their account, not mine. And when I call Uber, they go, well, you're the one, whenever they investigated it for 10 days, they sent back, declined.
Right.
Well, it was on your account. It was on your phone. You slid it. So it's not, we don't see any issue with it. So anyway, I'm going to fight it still, but that's another 800. That was the hardest one because that money was designated for bills last month. And so
Right.
it put me in a backspin.
Right.
You know, like the other stuff's on credit. Yeah, I got to pay it, but that was a real issue. We live check to check. So
Yeah.
anyway, so I'm having to work double time now to try to catch everything back up. Anyway, enough about my sorry.
Well, you know, I've lost $11,000
Oh my God.
in the market.
So we both lost $11,000.
Yeah. Yeah. I've lost 11 grand. So
I heard that's a lot
I
of people's
feel you.
problems right now.
And I still haven't got paid from a DJ gig that I did December 20th of last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Even though they told me the money's there and I still haven't been paid. So anyway, yeah, it is what it is.
Okay, so
But I have
enough
my
with the negative stuff.
princess.
We still here? We're still moving?
Yep, we're moving.
So
We're good. And so I'm gonna do a little teaser. So, you know, speaking of Snowdrop, and then I think we're probably gonna move on to something else or whatever. But so funny how life is and how you meet people and run into people, and in some cases. So speaking of the Snowdrop purpose, it hits closer home to them than it'll probably ever happen to me because I don't have kids. So as you can tell behind us, if you haven't seen this podcast before, I have a lot of guitars. So I was at an event meeting a particular artist. And what was funny was out of all of the people that were there, I knew one of the guys, but I did not know this other individual. And he and I kind of hit it off, and we became Facebook friends, and we've, you know, met up at other shows, you know, to, cause you know, I do another TV thing or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he's a music fan, I'm a music fan. But anyway, him and his wife are the sweetest people in the world. Well, comes up and all of a sudden he comes up and he sends me a thing about Snowdrop.
what's his name?
Mike.
Mike. Okay.
So, and then what's
He
funny
sends you a
is,
thing about Snowdrop?
yeah, he mentioned
wow.
something about Snowdrop. And what's interesting is he has a thing called Zoe's Angels,
Oh.
which was after his daughter. His daughter died at, I believe, a little over 5 months old from cancer. So I'll continue that, but it's kind of interesting how you meet someone and you have no idea anything about them. And then he looks on to see the thing about the Snowdrop, and you know, so I'll be excited to share their journey and what they do. They do some pretty cool stuff in memory and honor of their daughter, which I thought was pretty cool. So anyway, that was kind of a new. So now I'm also going to I'll have someone else to run in honor and memory
Oh
of.
wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I'm kind of a. Did you get connected with Misty?
I haven't. No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought this event that we just did, we're going to talk about here in a little bit,
Okay.
that we did, and it's connected to Snowdrop big time.
Right.
It actually, she was planning on going out there, so I was going to talk to her about it then, but she got sick, so she couldn't go.
Okay.
So I haven't talked to her yet, and I've been, like I said, I've been so wrapped up in just work, home, sleep, work, home, sleep, and
Yeah,
so I'm gonna have to be
that's
doing
my
that for
story.
a couple of more weeks until I can, and limited. Like even doing this, as you can see, I tried to. Brian's been asking me to do it for like a week, and I just been kind of like, oh man.
But look at that though. When
Look at that Astros.
No.
How about them Astros?
No, look
Sorry,
at that.
Cougs. Cougs let us down, bro.
Watch out.
Am I taking a picture? Oh, there's a stain right there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, look
Is
at
that
that.
wet?
I don't know what. Look at that. Look as bad as my dog when she drools on herself. But anyway, it is,
Maybe it was from this drink.
I don't know. But anyway, so it is what it is. So yeah.
Brand new. I got this sweater from my boy. Hooked me up.
Yes, I did.
Then I brought him a present. He didn't like it.
Well, no, I am appreciative. And
I know. And you were
and I did
excited
ask
about it
for
whenever you was excited about it whenever
Yeah, I
I
was
talked
excited,
about it.
yeah.
But now he's not too.
Yeah, no, not
a lot of
too.
people are not too happy with the situation going on. We're not gonna talk politics, but
Yeah, I'm not.
if you got money in the stock market, you ain't happy with the president if you chose him.
Yeah.
You didn't choose him. You're over there saying, "I told you so."
I'm $1,600 down today, but anyway, so it is what it is. So hey, but yeah, so cool. That's what's kind of going on with Snowdrop for now. We're both signed up. Your buddy Mickey's signed up.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. It still might be sold out. I don't know.
I haven't seen nothing else.
Yeah, I haven't seen nothing else. I really haven't looked. So 265 days before start. So we might want to start training.
What about that? What's the plan for that?
Well,
Do you
so
have a
once
plan?
you're
You're waiting for me.
Yeah, I'm waiting on you.
I'm glad you are, because I don't want you to be. I don't want to start. It would suck for me to start training, and then you're like already running 5 miles a day, and I'm like,
No.
holding you back.
No, we're doing this together.
All right, I love it.
We're doing this together. And I will say this, you will finish first. You will finish before me because I want to capture that moment.
Oh wow, that'll be something else.
Yeah. So yeah, you will finish before me.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So like when Laura and I, when she did hers, I let her go first.
Right.
She finishes before me.
Nice.
I'm good.
Nice.
I mean, there's nothing like the moment regardless, but for me, it would mean more to me to see you finish first.
Yeah, I think, and it's the same watching anybody that you care about fitness, because when I tell this, when we talk about the TIR, what we're going to talk about, when we talk about that, that was it could be a life changer, man.
Yeah.
Seeing, being a part of somebody's journey, and we're going to be, and all of y'all, whoever's watching, going to be a part of this journey as we go along the way. We'll start talking about miles we put in when we start putting them in, and places we go. I got a lot of ideas for the channel, but
yeah, because
it's slow moving.
By the end of the Snowdrop, I'm probably ready to kill you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Why?
You know, because what was that 4x4x4x4x4 little thing we did?
4x4x48.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
Yeah.
It's called the David Goggins 4x4 challenge.
Yeah.
4x4x48 challenge.
Send me to the proctologist, please.
But you came out there and supported me, and you ran some legs with me. So
I did.
I was appreciative of that, because a lot of them were alone. You know, sometimes.
Sometimes they were, yeah. But
I did it twice. So one time I made it a whole journey and did it with all over town, traveling around. Did it with. I just found as many people that would do a leg with me as I could, and most of them were my family.
Right.
Even if I walked it, I was like, I just want to.
Yeah.
I just want to be with other people and kind of make this journey. It made it a lot more fun. I'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what else? Are we good on this? Do we want to step over to the TIR? Do I need to? What are we missing? Do I need to put on my interview hat over there?
Sure. Let's just go ahead and knock it out.
All right. So I'm going to step to the other side, so I get to be the interviewee.
Yes.
Interviewer.
Can you adjust that camera to get it nice and...
It's blank. The screen's blank. It's black.
Can you touch it and see what it does?
Okay, hold on here. I talk about a face only a mama would love.
Only a mama would love.
But you're a good man, though. I don't care what anybody says about you. All right, so here we are. So, real quick, if you want to do the intro about it, just kind of briefly tell the whole thing, and then I have a few questions I know I have.
So, kind of follows up with the whole Snowdrop thing, I guess. I didn't really get an intro into it, but Lisa Decker decided she wanted to do the TIR, which is a Texas Independent Relay, and it's from Gonzales, Texas to downtown Houston, St. Arnold's Pub. I think it's like 188 miles, and it's a relay, so you're supposed to have like up to 12 people on the team. They mark off the course. It is very well organized as far as like there's an app that shows you how to go from spot to spot with directions for the drivers and directions for the runners. So it's done really well. So with that being that way, one of her friends, Victor, said, hey, you should, after you run that 100 miler, 2 weeks later, there's this other thing you should do. And she likes to do crazy stuff. So squirrel. Oh, another thing to do. Let's do it. So he talked her into it. Didn't take much, but he talked her into it, and because he had done it before, and she had crewed a young lady named Lydia before, who I got to meet during this event, and she crewed her through the whole thing before, so she was very familiar with the whole concept. I was new to it, so kind of what I want to kind of give is my perspective from it, because we plan on having Lisa on here, and kind of letting her get her perspective of it. But I'm really excited about telling, you know, kind of what I learned from it from a newbie's point of view, even if it is just crewing, you know, because that's all I could do. Because my foot is hurt, I still can't put many miles, but I can definitely give some insight from the crewing point of view.
Does your face hurt?
My face does not hurt.
It's killing me.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay, so that is the 101 time he has told me this joke, and I still fell for it.
Anyway.
And I don't know how many more times I'm going to hear it. Probably 102 times. So Lisa signs up for this. It's not an official entry because for reasons, safety, etc., whatever, she can't, you know, she wasn't actually in the race, right? Because you have to start earlier and there's nobody there. It's just you and your crew getting you to. And her plan was, Lisa wanted to finish it at 12 because she wanted to experience the finish line with all the relay people. 12 on Sunday. We started on Thursday morning is when she started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, any time when you're ready, you can ask me some questions.
I mean, I didn't know where you were going. So
I think that's I don't know if I told enough about it, but that's about the
so
extent of what I know about it, at least.
Okay, so what you know about it. So let's just go. So tell me from the, just tell me some of the things that you learned that, you know, that you had to prepare that she had. So say, for example, how many miles did she do? You started Thursday morning, and then did it go till Sunday at noon, or what did it do? Okay.
She literally timed it perfect. She's got at noon, it was at noon, like 12:05.
Okay,
Something like that. It was like literally at noon.
Okay.
You couldn't have timed it any perfecter.
And so,
But that's a word.
so that amount of time, man, I can't imagine the amount of food and hydration and clothes and shoes. And you know, I did see some of the videos, and will they be available, or they're just bits and pieces somewhere?
So I told her that, you know, when she asked me to help with it, I think she asked me, or I probably volunteered. I don't know which way it goes, but anyway, I probably volunteered. No, but she's way better at asking lately, so she did. I think she did ask me if I wanted to be involved. She's learned a lot about that. But I will say that the purpose, Lisa wanted to do this race to raise money for Snowdrop.
Yes.
That was the goal. That was the only goal.
Okay.
And she wanted to dedicate each leg, because there's legs from one point to the next. She wanted to dedicate each leg to someone in memory of or in honor of.
Yes.
And she did that.
And she did that.
And she definitely did that. She was posting videos, and it would be every whenever. But
yeah. So. Thank you for the shout out to Chloe. Much love. I did see that, by the way, so I figured you'd want to see my face again. So.
No, you're okay, man.
And so so as much as I like to give you a hard time about crazy stuff, so next year you're going to sign up for the TIR, because that just seems like something crazy you would want to do. No, never mind. It's not a trail.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
I edit it out. It's not a trail.
No, let me tell you for real, honestly. Like, so when I got there, I arrived around 12 or 1. That she'd already started at 6. Okay. I wasn't able to get there at 6. I didn't arrive until
later.
Flatonia. No, was it Flatonia?
Right.
Was it Flatonia? I don't remember the cities very well. I should have.
Well, you know, most people would have kept a diary or.
Most people would have, but they have an app, and the app. It was so easy, but I actually told myself I need to write a diary so I can keep track of everything that's happening as it's happening, and of course I didn't. And then I also told her I was gonna make footage, so I filmed a lot of stuff. I've never made a video, like a decent video in my life. Where's the freaking app? I don't see the app anymore. Oh, there it is. Sorry.
No, I know.
Sorry, I'm focusing on this.
Oh.
But they have an app, and this is, I don't know if you could see it, but this is the app. Can you see it?
Yeah, TIR 2025.
Yeah.
Come and take it. Yeah, text them.
So it's based behind the idea that come and take it. So I don't know the whole story behind that, but what the basis of it is in Gonzales, Texas, is where that happened. Someone, it was back in the day of Texas history, somebody wanted to take the cannon or whatever from us, and they said, come and get it. So that's where that started, in Gonzales, Texas. That's where the history started.
Right.
And it used to end, the race used to end in San Jacinto Monument, because basically that's where it ended at, I guess.
Right.
So it kind of connected it, but it's just way better to end at St. Arnold's, just for the fact of the party and everything works out better logistically. But yeah, I met her. Shiner. I met her in Shiner. That's where I met her at, and she was with Victor pacing, and they were moving, man. They were moving really good. She was looking fresh, and I pretty much stayed with her from that moment until like 24 hours. But to answer your question, would I want to do it? No. I wouldn't want to go that far yet. Maybe one day, maybe. I really got a lot more out of this than I thought I would have. Remember how I've been telling you I've been kind of finding my purpose, like as far as like maybe my purpose is to help people. And dude, I totally got way more than I ever thought. I know everybody gets emotional. I know I'm playing with these stupid peanuts. Sorry.
Never mind.
Retake.
Salty.
Retake. Anyway. What's your next question? I don't know if I answered the question. Did I answer the question?
So what all did you? So I know she drives her she used to drive like her little small SUV thing. Literally.
We didn't use that. We used my car.
Okay, so you used yours. How much freaking stuff? Do you know how many pairs of shoes, how many shirts and shorts, and because I can't imagine, because you were there pretty much from 1 or 2 in the morning or whatever it was, all the way through Sunday, right? So, and if there's 2 of you, and I did see some stuff how she was sleeping in the chair outside, and then there were some, I think you had a mattress or something, or
right.
What did you have?
So as far as the crew setup was, it took us a little minute to get it going. And let me tell you a little story about Lisa. So Lisa has done this stuff on her own, these kind of things, for a long time. Right. She wants it a certain way. Okay. Because and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not complaining about it. It was, I have watched so many videos and so many ways and so many people doing things. I never crewed before, so it really taught me so much. So, but she was pretty blunt and honest with me when I would say, hey, do you want to, because I kind of thought I wanted to make a plan. And there is some things she said next time she would want to do differently. Like I wanted to have a spreadsheet. Like I wanted to have it when you expect it to get places. Because I was thinking like, if I want to get a pacer, hey, we're expected to be here on this day, let them know ahead of time. Right. She wasn't really interested in all the planning part. And maybe it was just because she didn't want to have to do it herself. Right. Because she was doing so much. She still doesn't ask for 100% help, but she did so much to get everything ready. Right. But man, I witnessed someone do so much with so little. Yeah. Dude, with so little. So I paint a picture for you. So each station is like 5-6 miles, maybe 7 miles apart from each other. Yes. So on a normal day when it's going right, her dad was, when I first got there, her dad wanted to be there 24/7, except for he wanted to go home at night. Yeah. And he was renting a hotel every night. So that was me. I was the night shift. Okay. We didn't figure that out good until towards the end, where I decided, during the day, like the last day, probably the day I should have been there more, I went home and went to sleep and got a good rest, and then came back before dark.
Oh, you came all the way back
because we were kind of close. We were like within an hour.
Oh, okay.
And so the first night, I'll back up, sorry. The first night, when I got there, I stayed all the way until watch the sunrise, right? Mm-hmm. During the night, she had no pacer. Yeah. So when the nighttime, her dad went, we sent him along his way. The car basically has a blow-up mattress on one side with the blankets and the sleeping bag. We have a couple of chairs. and we have all the water and it doesn't take a whole lot of food. You know, when she wanted something special, we'd go get something special. But I paced her during the night, just me in the car. I just drove in the car next to her.
Right.
And that's what we did all night long.
So did you play any weird music? Because she likes weird music.
No, we didn't really. We just talked. You know me, I could talk, so we talked a lot, and we haven't. Yeah, it's weird, right? So we talked a lot, and we just chatted the whole time, and she only got mad at me once.
Really?
Because we were doing trail math,
Uh-huh.
and it was so early on, and you know I'm not mad at her for it because I literally understand it now, like. And it's just, think about you're barely on mile whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Early on, first night, and we're trying to figure out what time we're gonna get there Sunday. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh look, we do this and we do that, and she was still moving that night. I mean, for the first 24 hours, she got a big cushion, she still,
Wow.
no matter what she did, she wanted to be there at 12 noon. That was, no matter what, that's when she wanted to be there. And that's why I said it was amazing, because that's the only real goal she had. I want to be there at 12. I want to be there at 12. So she built up a big cushion and was able to, it helped her in the end when it got really hot and she needed more breaks or whatever. And so
when you say she got there at 12:05, right?
something like that.
Was she okay with the time?
Oh yeah, she was perfect.
No, I was just gonna,
It wasn't like,
yeah,
it was just around 12. She wanted to be there when other people were finishing.
I get it.
And I think, because I think most of the people had already finished, I think there was a couple, she actually got there before a couple of the other ones got there.
Okay.
Because they started rolling in like at 10 in the morning, I think. Because I remember waking up, I took a nap in my car, waiting for her. We were down by Post Oak and, what's that road? I usually know it. San Felipe. You know where San Felipe and
Yeah.
coming up to Memorial down there and like right outside the Galleria, right?
Ooh, man, that's the marathon route. I hated that route so many times.
So we was there, and I parked there and I was waiting for them, and I napped, right? And they were barely setting up things, so I just kicked back in the car and I got a good nap. I didn't wake up until they showed up.
Right.
And they showed up and hit the back of the thing. I was like, oh crap. That was the first hard, good nap I had that day.
Right.
But anyway, she, when we were there, the first runner came through that was finishing the thing, right? The first, and that was like 8 in the morning. So 8 or 9 or something in the morning. It was early in the morning when they were first coming through. So the first ones, and then from that point on, we got to see a lot of relay teams, and I really liked the vibe of it. I mean, it's kind of like a road race, but it has the feel, because it's so long, of like a trail ultra. You know what I mean? Because it's technically, I mean, if you're doing 3 legs and each leg is 6 miles, you're still not doing an ultra distance by yourself,
right?
But your team, man, that's you're not getting sleep. You're having to. I mean, it's a lot of scenarios too. It's a really interesting thing that I was really interested in learning more about.
And so I'm kind of curious to see. So, you know, I know we talked. I've mentioned previously. So, is there any medals or any buckles or any whatever for finishing?
Yeah,
this?
you get a medal.
Oh, you get
just
a medal?
regular medal you hang around your neck.
Okay.
The finish line is like ridiculous, bro. The finish line is like, there's like a gazillion Texas flags and a gazillion of those come and take it flags just everywhere, and there's just this big huge Texas flag there. It's really done up really good. There's a photographer takes a picture with your whole crew and your whole team, and I loved it, man. It was all the hype that I was really a surprise. It was really a surprise, and it was really a good surprise. I really enjoyed it, you know, as much as I'll do any kind of race, but this was really nice. I really thought I wouldn't mind doing it just to do it just to hang out with a bunch of guys and act silly for a couple of days. The TIR thing starts on Saturday. They only go through one night.
Okay.
We went through 3 nights because it took longer, you know.
Yeah. Well, so what? So okay, we said you wouldn't want to do it as of now. You have.
I wouldn't want to do it solo.
Yeah. So. No. But you'd probably want to. You might do a team.
I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
I think that'd be fun. Like, let's say me, you, just a bunch of people that I know, you know. Just it's just about enjoying the little because I'll tell you there's something that was the most. I'm a Texas guy. I love Texas.
Right.
I love the history of Texas. I love going to little small towns. And this little tour I never been to these towns before.
Right.
And some of these towns are just, man, they're awesome. There's a lot of history there. There, I went to this old theater that was there. There was one it's just beautiful back roads, Texas. You know how back roads Texas is, you know, kind of little hilly, open plains, a lot of cows, it just felt so Texas on that road. You know, once you get into the city, it gets a different vibe. But when we were out there, that's why I told him if I was ever going to do it, I would do it from Gonzales to Slumberg or something like that, because there's like 3 or 4 little cities they go through. Right. And it's just really cool. So as the crew, you get to kind of visit the people that are there. You get to go. That's when I went to that Trump burger place and had a burger when she's going from one spot to the next. You know, you get to kind of explore the city, see what's going on. They're all little small towns.
Did you go to Harrisburger?
Harrisburger? Nah, it's the Trump burger. Trump burger.
Anyway, so that's cool. So what did you, looking from the outside in, or what kind of crew? I mean, you said this was your first. So tell me about some of the things maybe that even Lisa said that she would change or want to do different, or things that you thought you maybe want to do different.
Well, first I want to say I have a lot of respect for people that are doing the crewing.
Oh yeah,
it's very challenging, and and the funny thing is, like, she would tell me I needed to get some sleep. Here she is, 30 hours in.
Yeah, she's
running, eating, all these things. Hey, you need to get some sleep. Do you think I want to get some sleep from someone telling me that's out there doing what she's doing? Right. And I'm feeling like a wimp, right? She ain't got no sleep. Why do I deserve sleep, right? Yeah. So it was just, I had to get past that ego part in order for me. So I went and got some rest. But as far as doing things differently, like, me and her dad got along really well. So her dad, if we would have kind of pre-planned, I would definitely. You see all these videos where people pre-plan things. I think that's a must. You must have a meeting of all the minds, even if it's Zoom or whatever, just to talk it through, to have some sort of a guideline. Because if me and him would have talked, we figured it out towards the end, but we probably would have figured out, okay, I'm the night guy, you're the day guy. So we shouldn't be 2 of us. You didn't need 2 people there at the same time. Yes. In the first 2 days, that's pretty much what we were doing. Yeah. I was there during the day and the night, so it really wore a tax on me. I should have just changed my schedule and said, okay, and maybe lap over a couple of hours, right? Hang out, lap over a little bit, make sure he got everything he needs, or if a pacer needed some help or whatever. But that's one thing we would have done different. Have him do the day shift, because he'll live by, and then I come in like at sunset and do I'd do sunset to sunrise, and he would do, you know, the opposite of that during the day, because he's been doing these with Lisa forever. She's very lucky to have him. Yes. And he loves it. He knows more about Ultra than a lot of people. He loves it. He's telling everybody in the cities what it's about, what she's doing. He's so proud of her. It's just fun to watch. Because I'm a dad, and I'm imagining if my daughter was doing that, I'd be ecstatic. There wouldn't be not one person, just like he was doing, not knowing what my daughter was doing. Right. You know, like, yeah, that's my daughter right there. Yeah, look at her, see? Look, she just ran right through here. Yeah, she's going 200 miles down the road. No big deal. She's done it before. Blah, blah, blah. You know, so he was bragging about it everywhere we went. And it's just awesome, man. So that's something I would have done. I'm sure he would agree that we would have done differently, because it would have run smoother for the whole thing. As far as what she would have done different, I can't really speak for her. Right. But I think she would like to have some of it pre-planned too, like the pacers and stuff. Because if you they have backups for pacers. Yes. Because the pacer situation wasn't the greatest in the beginning. It was tough. It's a Thursday night. I kind of knew, because my schedule is the way it is, that I could help. So I kind of knew that I was going to be following her with the car, which is not the worst thing. It worked out fine. But I knew I was going to be the night guy. But then Victor came in, and he told me he felt, and I just met him. He's a great guy. He told me he felt like, since it was his idea, he gave her the idea that he had to make sure she got through it safe and sound to the finish line. And so he came and paced at the night as well. Like the second night, he came Friday night, and he came Saturday night. And another guy named Isaac came Saturday night and helped her out too. And then also her friend Lydia came in and paced a section. So it was a lot of people out there. She had a couple of friends, I think Jason and his wife. they came out and, are you there?
Yeah, he said Jason and his wife came out.
They and Kathleen, Jason and
Kathleen.
Kathleen came out and to help Pace as well. They really just came out to show her some support, and then she had one of the race directors, Cal, and his wife. She went through the town where they lived in Fulshire, so they came out and met her on the course and cheered her on a little bit. So she had a lot of good little boost along the way.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And so
Doing different things, just would have planned a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more.
But well, one thing that comes to mind if I'm thinking, so even though Victor, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
So even though her and Victor were doing their thing, they almost still needed the driver.
That's what I was doing, yeah, at night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So even though they have her plus a pace or whatever, you still need that vehicle just in case they need whatever else. Because from what I'm thinking was, unlike a regular race, every 5-6 miles or whatever.
I'm the aid station.
Yeah, you are the aid station.
Correct.
So I've done something not even close to this, but so what we did, I can't remember what it was, but we did a marathon from Rice University to Sugar Land.
Okay.
It was the marathon. And what was interesting is the gentleman, Orange Slice, Jim Abney, appreciate you, he would drive up a couple miles. He would rather run or walk to meet us and then turn around and go back. That way he got some miles in too.
Right.
So anyhow, so no, that's kind of that was one of the things. So
Yeah, I was the rolling, either me or her. So whenever we'd trade off, me or her dad would trade off the supplies. It wasn't a whole lot of supplies. She could have done it on her own with a driver, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because she's one tough cookie. That was
really
what I saw something I never had witnessed before with my own eyes. Like, you hear people say about doing it, but being there and watching her tackle that, and so happy. Every aid station coming in smiling, happy, having a good time. Like, I never saw a down moment, man. I never saw a down moment. It was just amazing. It was really eye-opening for me to watch her, because I've only been involved in her journey for like 2.5, coming up on 3 years. But I got to see her as a whole different person.
Oh yeah.
And now seeing her limits just extending. It's so exciting to watch that, and it's I'm in awe, really. I'm in awe of the things that she is doing, and
seriously, yeah.
It is really like unfathomable to me to think of some of the things that she's doing, and she's just so humble. She's so nonchalant about it. She just loves it. She really loves it.
And the cool thing, I think, was, even for you, was even though normally, I'm guessing for TIR there is an entry fee. Now this is something she just really
It's like
did.
$1,500 for the whole team.
Yeah, and this was something she did on her own, right? So there was no entry fee. So not only did she really, and kudos to you and Victor and the others, didn't have the aid stations, kind of bring your own aid stations.
Right.
And then of course she did it for a greater purpose. I don't know if there's any fundraising behind the TIR.
I don't think so, but I will tell you, I don't remember the final number. I can look it up, but when Lisa, the main purpose of this race for her was to raise money for the Snowdrop, and she raised over $2,300. Great job, Lisa.
Awesome.
That's really what it was all about, was
Yes.
raising money for these kids. She's just so awesome for doing that, for bigger than her, and we're really proud of you. I was really happy that you let me be a part of it, even though I didn't know I was gonna have the experience. It was an experience of a lifetime. I heard a guy say not too long ago on a show. So I was watching this show, and it's some reality show, and and they get kicked off for whatever it was about was it about $1 million? I don't know. It's some money show where you get this money and you got to vote people off or whatever. But it was really good. And the guy that got kicked off, his name was Phil, I think. he was so respectful when he didn't get mad at nobody. He knows it's a game. And he just said, he goes, man, you know, he goes, I got to experience all the feelings. He goes, any day that you can experience all the feelings of your body, your soul, your mind, he goes, that's a good day. He goes, you're really living life. He goes, and I got to experience that, and whether I went home with the money or not is regardless, because this was a full day for me. This was a really good, event for him. I wish I'd had notes to really say what that was about, but it really stuck to me because when he said that, I thought about Lisa and the TIR, like what I got. I didn't think I didn't go into it trying to get something out of it for me, but oh my God, my heart was so full. At the end, my heart was so full.
Excuse me.
Are you okay? Was that a bad word you just said?
No.
I thought it was a bad word. Did it start with a P?
My heart
In with
so full.
My heart was so full, man. You just don't understand, man. I mean, just because you're the road guy, you know.
I'm messing with
You understand. You've been to Snowdrop, so that's the same.
Yeah.
And that's why it's, you know, you're watching these videos and we're all balling. She's doing these videos and we're watching them. She's posting them on social media and doing all that, and I'm just like, man. And then I remember during the event of a buddy of mine, and I'm gonna call him a buddy because I feel like he's a buddy, but I worked with him in my company a long time ago. We don't interact like anymore. Like, I don't even know if we're social media friends, because I started deleting a lot of people off my social media that I just don't interact with.
Right.
And maybe that's a silly thing to do, but I just did it. Yeah. But anyway, his name was Michael Trevino, and when he worked with me, he had a daughter.
You worked with him?
When we worked together, he had a daughter named Mallory, and she got brain cancer.
Ew. Yeah,
and she was really young. I think 18 or 19 or 20, really young. I don't remember the exact age, but I went to a fundraiser with them. We used to have a shirt that said "push" on it, you know, pray until something happens. And
ooh,
it said "push" real big, you know, it was pray until something happens, right? It was really cool. And
nice.
Then it was, and I had that shirt forever. I don't know what happened to it. I had that shirt forever because what I got to see was a side that I didn't want to see, which was after she passed. My boss was very nice. He let him have he said, take as much time as you want off. He probably missed about a month and a half of work. And when he finally decided to come back, we wasn't telling him he had to. He had to, you know, pay the bills. And he was not, this guy was the most funniest guy I've ever met. Always picking on people, having fun. He was just the life of the job. He was the life, you know? And he was so smart, so smart. He'd been there way longer than I had been there. But when he came back from that, he was not him. It was like a shell. And understandable, right? And I really just, I watched that for a long, and he eventually kind of, I would never say he got back to normal, but he eventually was able to kind of mask it more, I guess, because the pain never goes away. And I was telling her that story, and I asked her to do a dedication, which she did. And the thing that stands out the most is the story I told her, which I'm gonna say it again here, and you'll probably see it in a video when we put them, because we're gonna put those videos in a little video, and I'm gonna put my footage, and we're gonna put this all together. Somehow I'm gonna figure out how to do it, just like I figured out how to do this podcast. So don't think it's gonna be something awesome. But I'm gonna do my best, okay? I really want to make this video, and so for the greater good. And what I told her, what I remember, what stood out the most was he got a tattoo, and it says on the tattoo, I prayed to God to take my daughter's pain away and give it to me. So he did.
Wow.
And that always hits me when I say it, because it's just...
Okay, say it one more time.
I prayed to God to take my daughter's pain away and give it to me. So he did.
Dang.
Ooh. And that's the circle of life, right? And I don't wish any, just like you talk about, and Lisa talks about, the people losing their kids to cancer. And it's rough, man. It's a tough thing to see, and that's my only real experience with it was, and I don't know what made me think about it and remember it, but it came, during that event, all the emotions are going, and that just popped into my mind because I hadn't thought about it in a while, and that popped up, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta tell her this, because she was asking for anybody that had any stories that she could run a thing for, because she didn't quite have enough. But they all came out, and she did such an excellent job with those stories, like the amount of detail that she would remember to say. Yeah, she had little notes to help her, but she had a lot of personal stories that herself personally, you know, remembered from these kids, and it was really touching, and that really made the finish what it was, to be honest with you, for me.
I mean, and I'm just thinking from her, you know, because the thing is, she's doing these videos, she's doing these in memory of or dedication of. And so do you know about how many did she probably do? About 30?
36. There's 36 legs.
36. So she did 36 of them. So in my mind, that's just, I'd just be thinking about all that. You know, because I don't know if it was Lisa, I know is really amazing about, they say, running for those who can't.
Right.
Type thing. And 36 legs, all of that would be in my mind.
Right.
You know. Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the fuel that she used to keep her going.
Yes.
That's sure. And then, yeah, man. You got any more questions about that?
Well, I don't know. What do you? Am I missing anything? Do you think I'm missing? Was there any? Give me your side. Just kind of talk to the people. Say what you want to say. Say what you learned. Say good or bad, or you know.
Well, for me personally, I learned that this is what I want to do. Crewing, after crewing for Lisa, now she did make it very easy because she was very easy to crew.
Right.
Get to the next spot, she'd come in, she knew what she wanted. Most of the time she would grab it herself. She took care of her own self. She did. I didn't try to butt in. I just tried to make sure the stuff was there. And if she wanted something, she would ask. Something specific. She would ask ahead of time, or she would text ahead of time and tell. And she didn't really ask a lot from me. I just drove from one spot to the next and just made sure I was there. She made it so easy, man, like so easy. But it did, being able to help someone finish a goal like that. And I've been talking about this for a while, like over the last year of not being able to do much with running. I've been trying to find, you know, what was I going to do next? Like, was I just going to jump back on the horse and go back for 100 miles or go back for whatever? And I really have been kind of leaning towards crewing and pacing people and helping other people. And I think that's really where I'm landing on. After doing this, that's 100%. I got more from doing this with her than I got from any finish I've ever had.
Wow. And that's powerful.
It is. It's very powerful. And it kind of showed me where my heart's at. You know, it kind of showed me where my heart's at, and I want to be, you know, I want to be like Jesus. I want to be a servant. Jesus was a servant, and I want to be a servant and to help others. And that's really what I want to do. So I'm vowing myself to get in shape. I'm vowing myself to get in better shape so I can pace. And I already have a job that makes it very flexible where I can crew people.
Right.
And hopefully I'll be able to offer my services to more people and to be able to help other people when needed. Maybe I'll go to races and just hang around and hope somebody needs my help. And that's what I'll be there for, because I really think, oh man, it meant so much to me. Like, I'll paint a little picture. So at the end, she's coming down she's crossing over the freeway over I-10 on this little bridge. And she's coming up, and I got these two flags, because everybody was carrying flags in. Like, the whole teams would carry, they had a bunch of flags, and you could just have your whole team carrying Texas flags and come and take it flags. So I got one of each for her. And I walked over there, and I waited for her to come up, and she came up, I gave them to her, and she ran. So I ran behind her, and she ran, and they had this big old tunnel of a cannonball, like a blow-up cannonball.
Oh, cool.
So you run through this cannonball, and then you have flags galore going down and then you come to a big arch, like a normal race of the finish line, and they announce it. You know, here comes Lisa, you probably seen the video, our only TIR finisher. And then she came around and she, you know, was hugging people. And then when it became my turn, bro, I just broke down. And I couldn't hold it back, man. I just started crying, and I was so proud of her, and I gave her a big hug, and it was just so overly emotional to go through that with her and to watch her finish something that was so it was so hard, you know? And she made it look easy. she made it look easy, but it was just more than her. It was for the greater good. So now I got to be a part of something that was for the greater good, right? Like I had a piece in it. I had a little small piece in this crew that helped our runner get to the end, who raised all this money. So we helped raise the money. You know, you don't have to be, and I want to pledge that to everybody out there. You don't have to be the person running to be a part.
No.
Maybe you can't, maybe you're not interested in running 100 miles because you don't want to drive that far.
Right.
Well, guess what? You can definitely show up to an aid station and help someone. You just show up to walk some miles with them, because honestly, a lot of these times, by the end of these races, they're walking most of the time. You know, you're not doing a lot of running unless you're some professional.
Right.
And Lisa did a lot of running, to be honest with you. So
I saw that video and I was like,
she did a lot of
dang
running.
girl. Yeah.
She can run. She's doing some amazing things. But to the people out there, you know, if you want to be a part of something, you want to experience something you never experienced, cruise somebody. And don't think there's nothing you can do to help. Trust me, there's plenty. It's ABC. You know, hey, get them water, help them, get a chair for them, sit them down, a word of encouragement. Them just seeing you there and saying hi, that's sometimes it's all, somebody just showing up on the course and cheering you on. I mean, it changes everything, you know. So, and that's what ultra running is all about. And the more we get, and the more people get of that when they're doing these adventures, I want to be that person. That's who Chris wants to be. Chris wants to be the person helping people get to things, and I'm going to continue to do that while I'm doing what I'm doing. And hopefully I accomplish some things, you know, of course, because I want to do some stuff too, but it's not really, like I said, man, I enjoyed this way more than any of my races I ever done.
Wow.
I didn't hurt after it either.
Right. You were tired though, right?
I was very tired. I went home, no joke. I went home after it was over, right? We sat down, we ate some food at the St. Arnold's pub. We ate some food, hung out. A bunch of her friends, her other friends that I hadn't really hung out with a lot, showed up and supported her mom and her dad, and I think Carmen, and again Jason, and Melissa, I think. But anyway, a bunch of her friends showed up, and it was so awesome for her to get all that support. Oh, Pamela, the one that lives over here in Splendora, her and her husband showed up. I probably should learn a lot from him. She got a husband that's I heard he's a cruise genius, Pamela's husband, so I got to learn some stuff from him. But anyway, it was awesome. But after that, talking about my rest, I went home that Sunday and I fell asleep about 5, my wife said, and I woke up the next day at 5 in the morning. I slept 12 hours straight. I was pooped, man. Yeah. It took me a couple of days to kind of get back on the horse, and then I started getting slapped with all that stuff I was telling you about earlier. But
sounds like an adventure, man.
It definitely was an adventure. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Because you're a good guy.
I try.
I don't care
Hey, they say you are who you hang around with, so I must be hanging around with some good people.
Lisa's rubbing off on you.
Shut up, bro. You know I'm trying to give you a compliment, and you're just like, no, I don't want to hear it, Chris. I don't want to hear it.
Well, man, this is
how much time we got left? We done?
4 minutes.
4 minutes, okay.
Yeah, I mean that might give you time to talk about you.
Talk about me? Oh, well, let me tell you. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm jacking at you. Yeah.
I think that's probably that's the gist of it, you know.
Yeah.
Like we'll get Lisa on here and we'll probably cut up and talk more details about the race. A lot of people like to hear the details, what the ins and the outs, and mine was kind of a crew perspective and a pacer perspective. Yeah. I don't really have her perspective at all, and me and her really have not, on purpose, I have not really talked to her a whole lot about the details because we're saving it for the podcast.
Nice.
and that's what she said too. She goes, okay, we'll talk about it on the podcast. So
well, cool.
I'm really looking forward to that. If you're free Sunday, she actually can do it Sunday if you want. She doesn't get off till 4 in the evening. I don't know if you're available Sunday or not.
Well, if you get here by 2 o'clock and maybe set up, you might be ready to go by 4.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe.
But we need to be. Well, I know we need to be here early because Sunday is the night you have a lot of chores to do.
They'd always have chores to do.
Anyway, we'll talk about that off the scenes.
Yeah. So cool.
Thank you everybody for tuning in.
Yeah.
To the runaround. That's Brian. behind the scenes, and he was over here a minute ago. And this is Chris. Thank you for doing this for me, letting me take front and center so I can talk about this little experience. And thank everybody for watching. You know, we don't say this much, but like the video, subscribe, and smash something. I don't know, they always say smash the button, dude. I don't know what our, but eventually we'll figure out the.
But do me a favor and tell them, last but not least, tell them to push.
Pray until something happens. All right, we're out of here. Thank you. Hit that button on top right there.